Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and if you couldn't tell by my fresh, no makeup face here, today we are going to be talking all about skincare after losing 100 pounds. But before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and if you like this kind of content, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and now let's get into it. So just to give you guys a quick refresher, or if you're new to my channel, I have lost just about 100 pounds since June of 2019. When I'm filming this, it is July of 2021. I did lose my weight with a vertical sleeve gastrectomy or a type of weight loss surgery, but this video I really feel could benefit anyone that has lost a significant amount of weight. And even if you haven't gone through a big weight loss, this still might be beneficial for you. But today we're going to be talking about the different changes that I've noticed in my skin since losing 100 pounds. And then I'm also going to talk about all the different products that I use on my skin to keep it, looking as fresh as I can. All right, so first let's talk about the changes that I've noticed in my skin since losing 100 pounds. The biggest, most obvious change that will probably happen to just about everybody that loses a significant amount of weight is loose skin. And yes, I have loose skin all over my body. Fortunately, I'm not bothered by it too much, and it isn't too bad considering how much weight I've lost, I feel. I definitely feel very lucky and very blessed in that department. I have shown my arms before. They're really I don't feel like they look like I've lost 100 pounds, which I'm very, very thankful for. I know that is not the case for everybody, but it just ended up being the case for me. Anyways, I definitely have loose skin around my stomach as well. And some people after losing a significant amount of weight will go ahead and get, their loose skin either on their arms, their legs, their stomach, chopped off, with a plastic surgeon. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you if that's the route that you decide to go. But for me, I don't feel that would make me any more happy. You know what I mean? I feel for some people, yes, it definitely would make them happier. And for some people, it's really medically necessary because the skin can just hang so low. I don't feel that way for myself, so I have not had any kind of plastic surgery, and I don't plan on having that in the future at this point either. So then let's move on to my face and the loose skin on my face. I definitely have a little bit down here. It could be worse though. I'm not super annoyed with this area most of the time. But the thing that does bother me, and I think I've mentioned this in a video or two last year, is my forehead. Now you can tell, oh yeah, I can see in my viewfinder, it's bad. At least for me, I feel this is really, really bad because before I had my weight loss surgery, yes, it was 2 years ago, so I have aged, but I had one little wrinkle, right here, and it was that big. It was just one tiny little thing right in the middle of my forehead, and now my entire forehead is covered. And that, again, just for me personally, because I did not have that before, is jarring, and I hate it. I honestly hate how wrinkly my forehead is. And I've definitely noticed I have more lines around my eyes as well. But would I rather still be heavier and unhealthy or be thinner and more healthy with all of this? I'll definitely take the latter. But it is kind of difficult to deal with, I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, I am gonna talk about my skincare routine to kind of help with all of that, but nothing that you can buy at the store is going to completely get rid of all of that. You really do need to go the Botox route or the filler route. And actually for Valentine's Day this year, my husband got me a Groupon to get some Botox done. Super excited about it. I wanted to wait a little bit and do it more for the summertime. So when I called them to make the Botox appointment, unfortunately,
by the time that they could get me in, the Groupon would have expired and they weren't going to accept the expired Groupon even though I was calling before it expired.
It was this whole big thing, so I just ended up getting the money refunded from Groupon. So fortunately we didn't lose out on any money, but I did lose out on the Botox. So I definitely need to continue to look for a place around here to get some Botox done. And this actually will not be the first time that I've tried Botox. Back in, I think, 2016, I did Botox. And I was making videos at the time. No comment on the quality of those videos though. And I only got it in my forehead, but you can tell how smooth my forehead looked back then. It was glorious. And again, at that point, I just had the one tiny little wrinkle. So really there was not a whole lot for the Botox to do. It had a pretty simple job back then. So I definitely want to get it done again. And I would probably get just a teeny tiny bit around my eyes as well whenever I go, which will hopefully be sometime soon because I hate it. I just really, really hate it. And then as far as changes to my skin type, I really don't think I've noticed a whole lot since losing a lot of weight. I definitely drink a lot more water now, so that maybe has improved my skin a little bit. And of course, I'll talk about all the different products here in a little bit. But as far as if my skin is more oily or more dry, I don't think it's really swayed one way or the other. My skin is very temperamental to the environment. So in the winter, my skin is a lot more dry. In the summer, my skin is a lot I wouldn't say a lot more oily, but a little bit more oily. You know, my skin in general is a pretty normal, I would say, just, you know, kind of ebbs and flows with the weather. And I don't think that's changed much since having my surgery. But there actually is one significant change that I've noticed since just about last summer, and that was that I was diagnosed with psoriasis. So in case you're not familiar with psoriasis, it is like little plaques of skin. I guess your cells turn over faster than they should. So you just have like these clumps of like dead skin, like just kind of hanging out wherever you have it. And I think I've actually had it almost my entire life. For years and years and years, I thought I just had like a little bit of dandruff, and it wasn't super bad, and I would use like Head and Shoulders every so often just to kind of keep it under control. But last year it ended up getting really, really bad, and it would come all along my hairline. I think you can see it maybe even in a couple of videos or in a couple of posts that I have on Instagram. I would have some redness like right up here and along my hairline on the sides and even in the back, and then just on my scalp as well. That's where I have psoriasis. I think you can have psoriasis pretty much anywhere. And like I said, I think I've always had that, but it just got really, really bad last summer. So I went to the dermatologist. She did confirm that yes, it is psoriasis. So I am now the proud owner of a prescription shampoo, which is just so exciting. Just something that you want to tell everybody, right? I actually really, really like this shampoo though. It works really good. This is the Ketoconazole shampoo 2%. And before I got this shampoo, I did try an over-the-counter psoriasis shampoo. That did nothing for me. But I do feel this stuff works pretty good. It has not made my psoriasis go away completely. And I will say too, my psoriasis is considered very mild, and I'm very fortunate for that. And this shampoo has cut down significantly on the amount of plaques that I get, which is awesome. They're not completely gone, but they are so much more manageable, which I'm really, really thankful for. She actually gave me a cream as well, my dermatologist, but I haven't used that at all because she said to be careful using it around your hair because it can make your hair fall out. And all of my psoriasis is like on my hair, or was at the time. So I'm like,
yeah, I don't want to use that. No thanks.
And I really do think that the psoriasis is related to my weight loss, or at least how I've lost my weight, because I did go through and watch a couple of videos from doctors here on YouTube about psoriasis and things you can kind of do to naturally like cure your psoriasis. And I remember watching one video in particular, and he listed like 4 or 5, maybe even a few more things, and everything I was like, check, yes, I do that. Yes, I do that. Yes, I do that. Why am I still getting psoriasis if I have done all of these things? Why is it worse now? But then he got to what I think was the very last point, and that was dairy. And being a weight loss surgery patient, I eat a lot of dairy. I eat a ton of cheese, which if you're not a part of the weight loss surgery community, that probably sounds a little bit strange to you. But for weight loss surgery patients, cheese is 100% okay. So I'm sure that that is why my psoriasis is so bad compared to what it's been in the past. Am I going to stop eating the dairy?
No.
I'm just going to deal with it with the shampoo for now. It's definitely managed and it's not out of control at this point. So I think, you know, this is counteracting the dairy. If that is even the problem, who knows? I have no idea, but that's just what I had heard in a video. So that's kind of my thinking. But again, that's a very personal thing. That's not going to happen for everybody because not everybody has psoriasis. It's just, you know, something that I noticed more significant since having my weight loss surgery. So I thought I'd mention it. All right, so now let's go through all of the different products that I use to keep my face looking as fresh as I can. Here, a little bit of a close-up on my face. Like I said, I don't have any makeup on. I have a little bit of brow gel in, but that's literally it. This is my face. There we go. Everything that I mentioned will be linked down below, and I'm just gonna kind of go through here first, like my morning routine, then we'll go through my night routine, and then I've got a couple of extra things that I do sometimes that I'll go through. So the first thing that I do when I wake up, if I take a shower, I will use this in the shower. This is the Murad Hydration AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. I've always been a big fan of physical exfoliators, which I know is kind of controversial in the beauty world, but I like them. And I think the reason why I like them now, looking back and understanding that I have psoriasis, is because I have psoriasis. I always feel like if I don't actually exfoliate my face, that I just have this layer of gunk on my face. And I guess probably not everyone feels that way because a lot of people don't like these kind of exfoliators, but it feels just gross and grimy and just like almost sandpapery if I go a couple of days without using something like this. And of course, you know, you don't have to use this. This is just the one that I got. I think I picked this up from Sephora during their Black Friday sale. But I I just need an exfoliator. I really, really do. My skin feels so much nicer after I use one. So that's the one that I'm using currently. And then if I don't take a shower, I will just use a little bit of Bioderma, which is a micellar water, just kind of rub that all over my face. It's really good. It's just rinsing all of my stuff that I put on the night before and any gunk and stuff that I have on. So I really, really like Bioderma. And then after I do that, I go ahead and use a toner. This is the one that I'm currently using. This is from Thank You Farmer. This is their Rice Pure Essential Toner. I did just find this on Amazon. It was very highly rated. It is a Korean skincare brand. There is one that I keep hearing about. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's always sold out. So I've never been able to try it. I feel like it's very similar to this, but that particular brand, again, I can't remember what it's called, but it's just always hyped up. And it is like a rice one. But I hear it's amazing, so hopefully one day I'll be able to try that. And then after I do my toner, I do go in with another Korean skincare product. This one is from Hada Labo. This is their premium or Gokujan. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right, but this is basically hyaluronic acid. It is just hyaluronic acid. It's like a little gel that I just kind of, you know, put all over my face. It's really nice. Hyaluronic acid is amazing for your skin because it just kind of sucks everything in, sucks all of the moisture, I should say, into your skin. So it just kind of, you know, plumps everything up really nicely. I really like using this. I'm almost out of it. I am going to repurchase. It's not super expensive, and this thing came recommended to me so highly, and I'm so glad that I went and picked it up. I love it. And then after I use this serum, I go on with another serum. This is a vitamin C serum. The one that I'm currently using is from Coco Kind. I believe this is from Target. This is their vitamin C, if I could talk, this is their vitamin C serum with C Grape Caviar. Concentrated formula for bright, even, and hydrated skin. I like this one. I think any kind of vitamin C serum will probably work just fine to brighten your skin up. But this one is not too expensive, and it's, you know, easy to find at Target. I have enjoyed using this one. So then after my serums, I move on to my eyes. And I should have mentioned that this is not a just run out the door kind of skincare routine. It's kind of intense. And again, I'm not a skincare expert. This is just kind of what I've learned just from doing a little bit of research, and it's working well for me. Obviously, you know, you can talk with your doctor about what would work best for you and all of that kind of stuff. But so then I move on to my eyes. And currently, the eye cream that I'm using is the Confidence in an Eye Cream from IT Cosmetics. I've used this quite a few times. I'm actually almost done with this. But I do like this one. I think it's nice and hydrating. And then during the day, I will also go ahead and put on this one over top of this one. This is from Derma Doctor. This is the DDI, which is an eye cream with SPF 30. So when you're going outside anytime during the day, you're gonna wanna put on an SPF, you know, some kind of sunscreen, because the sun will damage your skin. And, you know, being that my skin is already loose and a little bit more wrinkly than it used to be, I definitely want to take care of my skin and use as much SPF as I can. And unfortunately, the SPF eye cream industry is really lackluster. I don't understand. I would think that there would be a million of these to choose from on the market, and there just isn't. There's this one, and then there's like maybe 2 or 3 other ones, and I've used the one from Supergoop. Now, the one that Supergoop currently has is garbage. I hate that one, and I'm so disappointed by it because the one that they used to have, that they have since discontinued, was awesome. And then they changed it, and I did go ahead and purchase that one, and it pills up. It's got this weird tint to it. It doesn't lay nicely on my eyes at all. So I would not recommend the current Supergoop eye cream with SPF. This one from Derma Doctor is okay. It's not super hydrating and creamy, so that's why I use this one first and then layer that one on top just so I can get the benefit of the SPF, and I know that it's eye safe. So it is what it is, but that's what I've got. And then as far as my entire all over face moisturizer, the one that I'm currently using is from Fenty Skin. And this thing is kind of cool. When you first purchase it, you get like this, you know, kind of 2-piece kit here, but then you can go and just purchase these for like $5 cheaper, which is kind of nice. This is just at Sephora, and then this thing just slides right in here, and then you can just like pump it out that way. It's nice. It's, you know, what I've got going on my face today. It's got a little bit of a scent to it, so if you don't like scents, you might not like this. It's not super overpowering though, but I do think it's nice. And this was SPF 30 as well. Yes, SPF 30 on that. Oh, and then also here are my little cotton pads. I've used these things for years. If you have been with me for a long time and remember watching my really old empties videos, you remember seeing tons and tons of these. These are just organic cotton puffs. They're like little cotton squares. They're super soft. I really like using those. So these are what I use to put my micellar water on and my toner. Oh, and here is a little secret weapon. This stuff is awesome, especially if you're a weight loss surgery patient, because we all know the dreaded hair loss that happens not too long after you had your surgery. This stuff, game changer, let me tell you. This is the Grand Lash MD Lash Enhancing Serum. It's amazing. So obviously this is just for your lashes, but I definitely noticed my lashes thinning out when I lost my hair. My hair loss was really only super bad for like 2 months, but I've continued to use this stuff, and I think I was even using this a little bit like before I had my surgery, but it really, really works. You can get this from Sephora, maybe even Ulta as well. You don't need a prescription like you do with Latisse. I'm not sure how different this is from Latisse. I've never used that myself, but this works really, really good. It just comes with a little brush, and you just kind of like brush it on the tops of your lids, like right at the base of your lashes, and give it a few weeks and you will definitely notice length and volume. I definitely don't need a whole lot of length to my lashes because they're pretty long to begin with, but it just kind of fills them out. It does make them a lot longer, but it has definitely filled them out. I believe how this works is that it slows the turnover process of the eyelashes so that they can last longer in your eyes instead of falling out when they usually do, so then they'll just continue to grow a little bit. So a really, really cool product. I love it. This stuff is pretty pricey, but you can get these in like little mini forms, which is what this one is, and you can get them in little kits and stuff, which is a little bit cheaper. And I try to always put this on at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. All right, now moving on to my nighttime routine, and a lot of the products will be the same as what I use in the day, but there are some differences. So to start, if I have makeup on, I've been really enjoying this lately. This is the Fourth Ray Beauty BFD Cleansing Oil. Probably one of the best cleansing oils that I've ever tried, and it's really inexpensive. I think you can get this at Ulta. You can also get this on ColourPop's website. It's awesome. I really, really like it. It's very smooth, and I don't know, it does a really, really great job of removing eye makeup, and I always have problems with that. I struggle with that a lot. Even with awesome cleansing oils, like I just feel like always the next morning I still have this ring of mascara around my eye. This one has significantly cut down on that, which is awesome. So I will use that. I will go ahead and use my Bioderma again. I will go ahead and use my toner again, and I will go ahead and use my hyaluronic acid again. And then now we get to the star of the show, the one product that has been the most significant in making my face look nice and smooth, or as smooth as I can at this point in my life, and that is Trentinoin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is Trentinoin, I don't know. I have 0.1%. There are multiple different percentages, and unfortunately, this is only available through a prescription from your dermatologist or maybe your GP, whoever. And I will say this stuff is stupid expensive. Like, I will put on here how much this stuff originally costs, but fortunately my insurance is pretty good, and this big tube, which will last me close to a year, only cost me $25. But if I didn't have insurance, there's no way, unfortunately, that I would be able to purchase this. It, like I said, is stupid expensive, like hundreds of dollars. Insane. I don't understand, but it does such a good job of just, you know, making your fine lines and wrinkles go away. It is just absolutely crucial to me. I am such a believer in this stuff. I have used it for a really long time. Now, I will say if you are pregnant, you cannot use this. This is very dangerous to use if you're pregnant, but it really just does smooth everything out. And there is definitely a learning curve with it as well. Now, this I think is the highest concentration of it, but you can get ones that are not 0.1%. You can get like 0.01%, I think even, or 0.25, I think is probably what most people start out at. But your skin will hate you if you start using this for a while. Get through that hump, continue to use it every couple of days. You don't need to put it on every day, but every couple of days. And your skin will, like I said, it will hate you, but get over that, keep using it, and then your skin will love you. It just smooths everything out, and it's really good for acne as well. So if you have really bad acne, this stuff is also awesome. I just absolutely love it. And another thing, this does make your skin a lot more sensitive to the sun. So you have to use SPF on your skin during the day when you're using this. All right, so this video is actually going to be really long because I still have quite a few things to talk about. All right, so moving on from the Trentinoin, I will then go ahead and put an oil on my face. This is just the one that I'm currently using. I switch it up as soon as I'm done with this one. I'll just grab one from my stash. I have a whole bunch of them, but this is the Herbivore Emerald Cannabis Sativa Deep Moisture Glow Oil. I like this one just fine. I'm not super picky about oils, just, you know, anything that is nice and moisturizing and makes my face look really, really shiny in the middle of the night. I am all for that. Then after I do the oil, I will go ahead and throw my eye cream on again. And for now, I'm just using the IT Cosmetics one, like the one that I was using during the day. And then as a final step, I do use a nice thick moisturizer. This is the one that I've been using for a really long time now. And full disclosure, they did sponsor one of my Instagram posts last summer, but I have continued to use this and really, really enjoy this product. This is from Pharma Cosmetics. This is their Olive Knoll. I think this is a German brand, so a lot of this is actually written in German, but it's a really nice thick cream. It smells a little odd. It smells kind of like tomato vines, like not an actual tomato, but like the vine from a tomato, which I know is super specific, but it works really well. It's super dense and creamy, so I've been using that one a lot. Then I also, just because I have this on hand, have been trying this one from Pharmacy. This is the Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer. So I think this is nice during the summer because it's not as heavy as this one, but it's still nice and moisturizing. That's what this one looks like. And this one is pretty nice as well. All right, so then quickly moving on, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. As far as what I use to moisturize my body, I don't do anything too crazy. This is the moisturizer that I use like all over my body when I get out of the shower. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This stuff is awesome. You can get these for a really good price on Black Friday, so keep that in mind coming up. This one, it says it was a $42 value, but I got it for $15. Both Sephora and Ulta usually carry deals on this. It's not the heaviest cream in the world, but it does feel really nice on my skin. I really like that. And then this is my most favorite moisturizer or body cream that I've ever used in my life. I have bought many, many bottles of this or jars of this. This is from the brand Prima, and this is their Skin Therapy Ultra Rich Body Butter. Now I actually got this for free from an influencer box a few years ago, and when I first tried it, I was like,
I don't think I like this.
But then I continued to use it, and it has quickly become my favorite thing I've ever used in my life. I will say the smell is not great. This is like a hemp oil CBD kind of thing. Though this jar that I have smells a lot less heavy than some of the other jars, so I think they did kind of tweak the fragrance a little bit, thankfully. But the consistency of this cream is like almost nothing else I've ever tried. It's so luxurious and so creamy. I don't use this a whole lot in the summer because it's very, very thick, but it's just wonderful. And my hands get just so dry and cracked, and they'll bleed in the winter when it's just so dry out, and this stuff like has saved them. And I've used other stuff in the past that has worked pretty well as well, but this stuff works even better, I feel, and it's more natural. This stuff is labeled gluten-free, which is awesome for my family. I can use this on my daughter as well. It's the best. It's the absolute best. I just love the texture of this, and it just feels so nice, and it's just awesome. It's worth every penny. And then as far as like lip moisturizers go, I just thought I would, you know, throw that in there. I like EOS, and I like the ones in the tubes as opposed to like the little balls. But because I've been doing like the Invisalign type treatment this year, I don't have them in right now, but my mouth and my lips, when I have those things in, like the aligners, get so dry, and this was just not cutting it. So I did a little bit of research, and I came across this stuff just from Aquaphor. Super basic, you can get this everywhere. This is the Aquaphor Lip Repair Immediate Relief for very dry lips, and I will say this stuff is awesome. I really, really like this. I'm actually almost completely out of this one, but it's really, really good. It has worked on my lips so nicely. When I'm done with the treatment, I will probably go back to just using these because this I feel is like a little bit more natural. But if you have severely dry lips, this stuff works awesome. All right, two more things. I'll try to be really, really quick. So first thing, Real Chemistry. This is their Luminous 3-minute peel. This thing has been around for a long time, and I think it's actually really hard to find right now. And it is pretty expensive, but this, if you have a lot of dead skin on your face, like I do because of the psoriasis, it exfoliates like nothing else that I've ever tried. And I don't use this all the time because I feel it's very harsh, but every, I don't know, once a month or so really even, I don't use, like I said, I don't use this very much, but it just sloughs everything off so nicely if you need that. It just gives your face a really nice luminous glow. I love that. And then the very last thing that I'm going to mention is this little mask that I got from Target not too long ago. This is from the brand Versed, and this is their Photos Please Brightening and Tightening Mask. I've used this a couple of times and I really do like it. It wasn't super expensive. It's just like a little clay type mask that you leave on for 10 or 15 minutes, and your face does feel like a little bit tighter after you use it, which is really nice, especially, you know, when you got loose skin all over your body. All right, I think that is absolutely everything. I do, of course, have a few other things that I use. I have a bunch of different masks that I use from time to time. I didn't want to bore you with telling you every single thing that I use. These are just like the main core products. Again, it's not a super quick run out the door kind of routine. And I don't do all of this every single day. I should, but I just don't. You know, being a busy mom, you know, having to run out the door with my kids sometimes. I always make sure that I put SPF on, but I don't get to every single step every single day. But that, like I said, is everything. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask in the comments below. We can go ahead and connect on Instagram as well. That will be linked down there somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.